Awesome. I am live. I am here with you, and I'm so excited to be starting out a new week, a new Monday, and excited to share this way to be able to earn money from home and around your schedule. My name is Lee. I am a stay at home mom of four, and this is my website here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. I am in Washington State. Go ahead and let me know in the comments where you're from. Let me know if you're from, the East Coast, what state you're from, what country you're from. But we're going to be having people hop on here who are around the world, and it's amazing that we get to connect over the internet, that it's 2024, that we've got social media, that we've got these different ways to be able to hang out and share ideas together. And so this is what I'm going to be talking about today. Hair in my face. We're going to be talking about how to automate your income and how to make 900 a day from selling digital products. Now, digital products, welcome. Thanks for hopping in here. My name is Lee again, and let me know where it is that you're from. I'm over on the West Coast, but this has changed my life because I've been able to sell digital products over the last few months, learn how to have a passive income stream that's out there working for me. And this has changed my entire summer, what that summer looks like. My kids are actually headed back to school today, but to have had this summer to be able to enjoy with them and to have this as a passive income stream. I forgot to flip my camera around here so you guys can actually see this. So empoweredpassiveincome.com, you're going to go there, put in your email, and I'm going to be able to send you the blueprint that I'm using, as well as I break down how to make $10,000 over 30 days. So we've got Sydney joining us from St. Louis, Missouri. So welcome to Sydney. So that is amazing. Over here on the West Coast, your days over there, in Missouri, your day's already started. I hope it's off to a good start. Thank you guys so much for joining in here. And I'm going to go ahead and get going, but it is so amazing to be able to connect with you. I'm so excited to be able to share this passive income stream with you and show you just how easy it is to make 900 a day from digital products. Now, the very first thing before you really can start making money is you need to have something to offer people, right? You need to have a product to be able to offer people. And so what I offer with my passive, how I bring in passive income for my family is through selling highly in demand digital products. So I'm going to go ahead and write this down. And with these products, they are all in the e-learning industry. And so this is the biggest industry that is out. Because they're digital, it means that I don't have to worry about cost of goods, shipping, any of those things. I can sell the same products over and over and over again and not have to put in work for each brand new item. And that's kind of where I was at. And so then I learned that the e-learning industry is the biggest industry out there. It's currently at $1.2 billion per day that is being spent in this industry. The biggest industry, but it's also the fastest growing industry out there. It's 1.2 billion a day, but this is set to grow. So this is 2024 numbers. By 2027, which is just a couple of years away, this is set to hit $3 billion. And this is per day. Both of these numbers are per day of what is being spent in this industry. So if you're going to be able to, if you have, a product that people want, a product that is in demand, this is the industry to be in right here, the e-learning industry. People are jumping online, and people more than ever are flocking of going to the internet, looking for learning new skills, looking for ways to be able to make money in the digital space. They're going to look for products that are digital, that are, courses and programs and services. And so this is what that e-learning industry is. But you might be going, okay, I don't know anything about this. Like, how would I offer a product that's in this industry, that's in this $1.2 billion per day industry? And so I didn't know this about 3 months ago. It was May, the middle of May. I did not know that there was a thing that was called master resale rights, where you can actually get products that are done for you, products that were already created, that you didn't have to go out and figure out, what it is to teach, how to put it together, how to record lessons, but you could jump in with products that are already done for you. And so, with the products that I offer, how I've been able to bring in money passively for my family is through offering these types of products that are already done for me. And this has been amazing because I needed a way to be able to make money now. Like, I had bills now, I had expenses now, and I didn't have time to sit around and get this all figured out. I didn't have time to, figure out what it was I was going to teach, how to put a course together. I didn't want to spend the next year creating lessons to be able to offer people in this industry. And so, to be able to hit the ground running, to be able to get a product and then have it ready to go for me. And that has meant that I didn't have to wait months or years before I ever made my first dollar, right? It meant that I had a product that I could offer right now. When I started back in the very end of May, and I was able to have a product that was ready to go, out of the box, and start making money on it right away. So I didn't have to wait, months or years down the road for my first sale. Because again, if you're like me, you know exactly what I mean when I'm saying, hey, you've got expenses now, you've got bills now. I was right there with you. I had the same thing. I had, a car repair bill. I had a dishwasher break. I had, this, that, and the other thing, medical bills, all of those things that add up, where it was hard before to be able to cover that. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm trying to, work around my kids. I'm trying to side hustle around my kids to be able to stay home with them. And so, in what I was doing prior to this, I want to explain a little bit, is I was selling lower dollar value products. So if I was, making $10 or $20 on an item, to be able to cover $1,000 car repair bill, like that meant that I had to sell a lot of those items, right? That meant that I had to sell, 100 items just to make $1,000. And then you get, $1,000 medical bill, $1,000 car repair bill in a month. And then you're getting those like every month, which was kind of where I was at. That's 200 items that I would have to sell at this price to be able to, or at that take home that I would have to sell in order to be able to, just cover my expenses, to just cover those like extra bills that weren't, inside of our kind of normal budget. So that is where, I was coming from, is this background of selling lower dollar value items. And so when I learned that I could make, $900 on a sale, going, wow, like I would only have to sell like one of those, almost, a little over one, to be able to cover $1,000 medical bill, to be able to cover $1,000 car repair bill. So this has totally like changed everything for me, because I've suddenly gone from, okay, I'm going to have to put in tons and tons and tons of work on, getting items, shipping items, doing all the things that was coming with selling physical products. But when I switched over to digital, and this is, something that people are spending money on, billions of dollars a day is going to be, spent in this industry. And to be able to bring in bigger amount for my family, it's like I'm putting a dent in all of those expenses. I'm able to cover all of those and then be able to have room to breathe, be able to, walk into the grocery store, go through that line without panic. If you've got, you do the grocery, exactly what I'm talking about. Like, everything is so expensive these days. And so to be able to have products where I'm able to make these larger amounts of money from has been huge. And so with the products that I offer, what I recommend, you actually get 4 income streams. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this so I've got a little bit of room here, but go ahead and screenshot this here so that you remember these numbers. These are important. And then my website up here, empoweredpassiveincome.com, you can head there. I'm going to get you all of the details about the products, about the blueprint that I'm following, about exactly how this works. So again, empoweredpassiveincome.com. All right, I'm going to go ahead and erase this. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the 4 different products, because what this does for you is it actually gives you 4 income streams. And so with these 4 income streams, this means that you have, those 4 different products that can hit your bank account. And these are all at 100% profit. So I mentioned, $900, but with that product, you also get income streams at $600, $300, and $100. But this one right here, this is our best selling product. And so what this has meant for me and what this could mean for you is that the majority of your sales will be at that $900 level. And so when I learned, okay, I can have $900, hitting my bank account all at once, and actually put a dent in things, like, this is amazing. And to now have looked back and seen, okay, yes, this is true. Like, yes, this is what I have sold the most of, has been, game changing, like life changing for me and my family. And so, to have these 4 income streams, but to have $900 be the biggest seller, that is what is the across our community, across people who are doing this $900 legacy builder is the best selling program out there. And you think about it, if you're gonna let's say you sell that $100 and you sell 3 of them, like, that's $300. Okay, like, okay, maybe you can cover your grocery bill, but when you sell 3 of the $900, that's $2,700. Like, money adds up so much faster at this amount, right? And so this, again, has been huge for me. And when I started back, it was the end of May, really probably in June, before I figured everything out. I was like, okay, I don't know, like, would this work for me? Like, could I actually make $900? And I didn't really believe it until I saw it, until I picked up my phone and saw that notification, like, you had a $900 sale, and then another one, like, and another, like, to be able to have that, you won't know what that feels like until that happens to you, right? But imagine with me for a second, what that would feel like to pick up your phone and see that notification, like, ding, you just made $900. You've got $900 in your bank account. Like, how would that make you feel? Like, for me, that was an amazing feeling. That first time that it happened, I'm like, this is amazing. And with all of these, they are, you're 100% profit off of these, because you have the rights to resell them. You are not making somebody else rich. This is not an MLM. You're not doing all of the work and then making a small portion of the profit. You're not an affiliate where the course creator, the program creator, is getting the majority of the money and you're getting a small portion. No, you own the rights to sell these products. And so you make 100%. So the amounts that you see here are the amounts that you get. It's not like that you sold a $900 product and you're getting half of that, or 25% or whatever that is. It is 100% profit. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that 100% profit. But I want you to know that there are no ongoing costs. There are no reoccurring costs, like monthly costs, to be able to have this. So when I, $900 at 100% profit, when I say 100% profit, I truly mean 100% profit, because it's not like, okay, I had $900 and then I had, 200 or 300 or 500 of operational expenses, like, a course hosting platform or whatever other expenses can go into when you have an online business. But this is truly 100% that is going straight into your account, straight into your PayPal, straight into your Stripe, wherever you have that payment gateway set up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this, but go ahead and grab a screenshot of this while I've got this up here before I erase it. I'm trying to get it on both screens here. I am going live in 2 places right now. So if you see me bouncing back and forth, that is why I am talking to 2 different groups of people here. TikTok over here, love you guys, and then YouTube over here. So go ahead and grab that screenshot, and then I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Again, empoweredpassiveincome.com. That is the website where you can go and check out the different products. And with all of them, you get the master resale rights with those products. And so that means that you can make 100% profit, and it means that you have the rights to resell those. So you're not, making somebody else rich from this. This is your own business. It's your own products, essentially, is what it is. And so I'm going to go ahead and erase this and then continue on here, because you might be going, okay, that sounds amazing to be able to jump into a billion, $1.2 billion per day industry that's set to grow to $3 billion per day. This is the fastest growing industry out there. Like, to be able to jump in now with these products and not, a year down the road when the growth is already like on its way up. We're here and it's growing. To be able to jump in now with these products, like, that just totally makes sense to me. That's what made sense to me. And I'm like, I want to be able to offer products now in this industry, and not, a year or two now when I actually have the time to create something, or, if I ever get the time to create something. With 4 kids, things get hectic. If you got kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so the first step that we just talked about is this products. Once you get your product, it's done. You don't have to create it. You don't have to touch it. It's done. So it's something you can check off the list, right? And the next step of this, you might be going, okay, I've got my product, but how do I actually make sales from this? This is where our automation comes in. And so with the automation, this is simply a way to be able to automate your sales, and it's through a fully automated system via having a website. Now you might be going, okay, I don't know anything about having a website. Like, I'm not good at tech. And that's exactly where I was. I did not want to have to build a website. I did not want to have to figure out, all the different web pages and the buttons and this, that, and the other thing. I did not want any of that headache. I did not want to YouTube. I did not want to, spend months trying to figure out how to put together a website, like how to put together all of the sales automation. But with the products, you actually get this automation, and it's 90 to 95% done for you. This means that there's only 5 to 10% that you need to go and set up, and you could have it set up today. So the day that I got my products, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go through the step-by-step videos, get this done. And I had that automation done like that afternoon. I put my baby down for a nap, and I had kids to pick up at 3 p.m., got her down at like 1:30. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this done. Sat down and I did it. Like, I, finished, left to go get my older kids, and it was done. And so that is what that 5 to 10% of setup is. And it's simply connecting your own domain. So you'll walk through like getting a domain. For me, I'm like, I hate this stuff. I don't want to figure it out on my own, but to be able to have videos to follow along, to go and get my own domain, which is, the name of your website. So you're going to get your name of your website set up. And then the other piece of this, to be able to do this little 5 to 10% of setup, is to go and connect in your payment gateways. So all of the web pages that you see here, when you go here in powerpassiveincome.com, what you see is what you get. I added, my name, I personalized it a little bit, but other than that, they were done. They're ready to go. Your sales page, it's ready to go. That I pretty much just left alone. I think there is a little section on there where, it has, hey, my name, and this is why I'm here. Other than that, that was done for me. And then the other piece of this is just on that sales page, attaching your payment gateways on those buttons. As soon as somebody's like, yes, I'm ready to get my product that's done for me, I'm ready to get this automation system, they're going to click that button to be able to pay you, and you go and set up your payment gateways. And that's how you're able to make that 100% profit on those $900, $600, $300 products, is you have your payment gateway set up on those buttons. And so the payment gateway, that's just the place where your customers are paying you. So they're going to click on that button, and they're going to be able to go and pay you, in your PayPal, in your Stripe account. And so hopefully that makes sense with this automation. And so once you get that set up, once you set up those buttons to be able to receive payments, to be able to, see those $900, $600, $300 coming into your Stripe account, coming into your PayPal. And once you get your domain set up, this automation, this little 5 to 10% of setup is done, and you can check this off your list. And so with the automation, I'll talk a little bit about this, but it's simply having a website to be able to send people to and help and letting them decide for themselves if this is right for them, letting them self-select. And so it consists of the website. As soon as somebody goes to your website and puts in their email, they're going to get a video that explains all of it. They're going to be able to have emails that explain and follow up, that are sent out, that are automated, one to go out, another to go out a day later, another to go out a day later. And they're going to be able to go through that automation system and decide for themselves. And you know what this means? It means that you don't have to chase customers. It means that you don't have to follow up with customers because you have this automation system that's out there working for you. It means that you don't have to go and, slide into DMs or be the friend that's constantly bugging people about, the next best thing that you're selling. It means that you don't have to go and friend request people and chase down friends and family. It means that you have an automated system that's out there working for you, that's out there, in the world, that is global. With this business, when you're online, when you've got a website, you've got a global reach. You can reach people from around the world. And so with this automation system, I want to ask you a quick question. Would you rather, be the person who's having to bug friends and family, host parties, slide into people's DMs, or would you rather have a simple website to be able to send people to be able to say, hey, you can go here, check this out, and have this out there that is working for you on the internet? I'm going to be talking more about the discovery process, but this does not involve any of having to bug friends and family, having to be that annoying person. For me, I was like, yes, I would rather have a simple website to be able to send people to. I do not want to have to be the person that's out there, bugging friends and family, that's out there glued to my phone all day on DMs, texting people, calling people. I do not want that. I want a system that is fully automated, a sales process that is fully automated, that is going to do the work of following up with people and is going to be able to help them decide if this is right for them. And at that point, if they're like, yes, I would love to be able to have products that are done for me. I would love to be able to make $900 at a time, $600 at a $100 at a time. I would have a way that's automated. I'm going to be talking about our 2-hour workday. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. Love to be able to have a 2-hour workday. They go through the automation system. They go to your website, go to your sales page, and they're like, yes, I would love to be able to start creating a legacy for my family. Yes, I would love to bring in income that is actually, puts a dent in things, $900 at a time. I would love to be able to, make an impact in my family's finances, change our family's financial trajectory. And they're saying, yes, at that point, they're going to become your customer because they're going to your website. They're going through your automations. They're going to your sales page where you have your buttons set up, where they click to be able to pay you. That's how you're making the 100% profit. This is why this is not an MLM, because I knew, there's nothing wrong with MLMs. Like, they're a brilliant business model. A lot of people do well with them, but for me, that's not my style. I didn't want that. So when I learned, okay, like, this is my own business, this is my own brand. Like, I'm growing my own brand. I'm growing my own, following. I'm growing my own business. For me, that made a whole lot of sense because I did not want to be the little hamster on the wheel that is doing all of the work and then making somebody else rich. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself a little bit more room here so I can talk about the 2-hour workday that I just mentioned. And so with the 2-hour workday, because you have your products, they're done, you've got them, you can check them off the list. And because you have those automations that are out there working for you, you could walk through the setup like this afternoon, have that set up tomorrow morning, wake up and be like, okay, I've got my website. It's out there working for me. I'm all ready to go to start taking those payments. It's all set up and ready to go. That's checked off your list once you walk through that setup. And literally anybody can go through and follow along to get the automation set up, to get the website set up, those payment gateways set up. We've got, a 78-year-old guy in our community who followed along with these and did it. Like, if he can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Right. And we've got, other people that are in their 60s who have done this as well. And it's just so inspiring. I get like so fired up talking about it because I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. If they can do it, you can do it. And so once you've got that set up, then that really leaves you with only one final thing. And this is just simply getting your website discovered. And with the internet, with having a global reach, this is, easier than you think, because we've actually got 5.5 billion people who are on the internet these days, who are hanging out on social media. And so again, that 100% profit on the $900 sale that I just talked about, this is not that you had to go and spend money on ads. It's not that you had to go and, invest to be able to get your product out there, to be able to get noticed, to be able to get seen. It's simply utilizing free social media, free websites that are available to, around the world, and being able to connect with people. And so again, 5.5 billion people, I think we're around 8 billion people or something on the planet. And then 5.5 billion, are actually on the internet and on social media hanging out for free. And so with the discovery method, it's just utilizing those free things that are already out there so that you don't ever have like an ad spend. There are no ongoing costs with this. There's, no expenses. So when I say 100% profit, like, I truly mean 100% profit. And to be able to start, we're almost headed into September, to be able to start September 1st and go, okay, I'm in profit mode. I don't have to, go out and sell a certain amount to be able to break even. And then halfway through the month, I'm in profit mode. Like, you are literally in profit mode from day one of every single month, because there are no expenses and you're utilizing those free things that are available where people are hanging out. So with our discovery method, it's simply getting in front of those 5.5 billion people that are on social media. And you think about this number, that's like a mind-boggling number. But you take even just 1% of this, and this is something like, my math is working, 550 million people. If just 1% were interested in learning about how to make money from home, who were interested in these types of e-learning products, that is still 550 million people. If my math is right, it's still early here. That's still like an enormous amount of people, even if we take just a small, 1% of those. And it's simply learning how to get in front of those people, following our discovery method. And you're going to learn how to get noticed on any social media platform that you want to be active on. For me, I didn't have any sort of social media where I'm active. Like, I'm just not a social media person. I've never really liked social media. So I just didn't really have any place where a following already established. And so for me, I started on TikTok. We've got so many people in our community who have hit $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and they've started brand new from scratch with no following, no, prior experience, no brand, like no, anything, like literally starting, not knowing what they were doing. And so I saw a lot of people having success on TikTok. It's actually a growing platform for older people. I thought it was just for kids, but my age and older, 50s, 60s, 70s, are doing so well on that platform. And I just thought it was for kids. I thought it was for dancing. I didn't want the app, but I actually went and got it because I saw people that were having success with it and who have been able to build their business from the ground up on it. So I actually like had to go and install the app, create an account, like start brand new from scratch. I had 0 followers, and this is where I have been able to follow this discovery process. I am going to probably be exploring some other options, but with all of this, this is about following a 2-hour workday and mastering a 2-hour workday on these free sites. And so what I am currently doing is 3 pieces of content, and those are getting posted to TikTok. So those will be, posted throughout the day. I generally make a little bit more than this per day so that I can have weekends off. Like I don't want to be working 7 days a week. Like I like my weekends. So I make 4 to 5, and that'll get me enough to get through the weekend. And these are, short little pieces of content, about a minute long in length, some, maybe 30 seconds, some maybe 2 minutes. And this is about 15 to 30 minutes of my day is spent here. Now you're going to notice that the time that I'm talking about doesn't quite add up, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret that is okay. Like this is not about perfection. It's about showing up. It's about doing your income earning activities and doing it like as imperfectly as things need to be. So for me, it's meant that I have 4 kids home during the summer, and having that 2 hours, you don't have to have it all at one time, but even, pockets here and there, like that is hard. Right. And so I've just done what I can. I've done it imperfectly, but it's still working. It's still bringing in leads into my automation system, and it's still making me sales. So what I want you to know is that it does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be, the full 2 hours. If you've only got an hour and a half, an hour 45, it will still be okay. It will still work as long as you're getting your income earning activities done, which is essentially getting people to discover your website and getting them into your automation system. So again, empoweredpassiveincome.com. My name is Lee. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4 for those of you who are just hopping in here. And so this is about 15 to 30 minutes of my day is creating those pieces of content. I literally did not know what the plus sign was on TikTok. Like I had to learn this from scratch. And so that is one piece of my day. And then the other piece of my day is just like what I'm doing right now is I'm here going live with you talking about this. And for me, I'm like, I can never do that. The other option is to do copy and paste ads. And so copy and paste ads, there's high traffic websites where people are going to jobs, going to look for business opportunities, going to look for ways to make money. And these high traffic websites are getting hundreds of thousands of hits like every single day. And so you could copy and paste over to those websites. For me, this was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then once I started seeing results coming in, just from creating these 3 pieces of content over to TikTok, once I started seeing those sales come in $900, $600, $300 at a time, and I'm going like, this is amazing. This has totally changed like my life. This has given me hope back. It's given me joy back. It's given me that time back with my family. It's meant that I haven't had to hustle like from sun up to sundown. It's meant that I could actually enjoy life again. I got to a point of being so excited to share about this with others that I'm like, I'm going live. Like I'm going to talk about this because I'm so excited to be able to help other people who are out there, other people who need a way out, other people who need a better way to be able to make money for their families and actually put a dent in it. So I found, for me, I was like, I would never do that. I would never go live, like way too scared to go live. That's way outside of my comfort zone. I wouldn't do that. And then once I got started and started seeing the change in myself and started seeing that this works and started seeing that, I went from a place of being depressed and hopeless that I was never going to reach my goals to suddenly like that $900 at a time, they're suddenly all possible. I've been able to send in extra payments, debt reduction payments. I'm like, I'm coming out of debt. This is going to happen sooner than I think. I've gotten my time back, and I found that I'm so excited that I'm here doing this live, this imperfectly, because I'm so excited to be able to help other people experience this and know what it's like for themselves. And so this is the other piece of my day. I think I've been doing around 45 minutes on this. So we're up to about, hour 15. And then the other piece of my day has been about 15 minutes of plugging in to the community. And so inside of our community, you get access to 6-figure and 7-figure income earners. And so we have a 7-figure income earner who is pouring into us literally every single day. Right now, we're in the middle of a 90-day success sprint. These are happening every single night. Every single 90 days. We're on day 48 right now. And with these are helping you make $10,000 every 30 days, or $30,000 during that 90-day run. And we're getting that mentoring, we're getting that training, we're getting that CEO mindset of a 7-figure income earner who has followed this same exact blueprint, who has followed this same exact process to grow her business. So this has been part of my day. Again, this is about 15 minutes of plugging into our community. Some days a little bit less, some days a little bit more. We've got live and interactive trainings happening almost every single day. And so to be able to, when those are happening, if I can jump in there and connect with people, we're put in breakout rooms, and that's where those breakthroughs are happening. That's where you're able to learn from other people who are doing this and who are having success. But to be able to follow this blueprint, follow this discovery method, to be able to, just have a website that is out there that is doing the majority of the work for you. So get empoweredpassiveincome.com. My name is Lee. I'm a stay-at-home mom for those of you who are just hopping in here. But again, I'm so excited to talk about this. If you, add these all up, they're not quite that 2 hours, and that has been okay. It's still working. It's still bringing me in sales. It's still bringing in leads to my automation system. It's still getting my website discovered. And so, I would encourage you, if you're like, okay, I don't have 2 hours in my day, there's no way I could find that time, because that's kind of where I was at with this, to still jump in. And this can work for you. It's simply about figuring out the best ways to be able to get your website discovered, to get your system discovered. And we have trainings that are going to follow you can follow through step by step for every single social media platform out there, and Pinterest, wherever else. Pinterest is more of a search engine, but every social media, Facebook, Instagram, even LinkedIn. Like, these are different ways that people are getting their website discovered, getting people into their automation system, and making sales $900, $600, $300 at a time. So again, 5.5 billion people on the internet. You might as well be able to offer something in this growing niche, the 3 billion, it's set to hit $3 billion per day. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this if you want to grab a screenshot of this, so you know exactly where. I think I've got it for both. If you want to go ahead and grab a screenshot of that, so you remember what this 2-hour workday looks like. But I want you to think, what that would do for you if you could have a 2-hour process that you follow, and then the rest of your time is freed up, and you're bringing in sales, $900 at a time. Would it mean that you could quit your job? Would it mean that you could put in your 2-hour workday, do your income earning activities, and then you had the rest of the 22 hours of the day to spend with your family, do the things that you enjoy, do the activities that you enjoy? What would your life look like if you had a system like this, a automated system, to be able to, actually free up your life? If you're like me and you're like, I am at a place where I was working so hard and not enjoying life, and then to be able to suddenly have this and have my time back, be able to enjoy my kids, be able to enjoy my family, be able to be the kind of mom that I always wanted to be able to be the kind of wife that I always wanted to be. How would that make you feel? All right, I'm going to go ahead and erase. I'm going to go ahead and finish up here. But again, I am so passionate about this because I have seen the change in my own life. I've seen that joy back. I've seen that happiness back. I've seen that peace back. I've experienced that for myself. And that is why I'm so passionate about showing up and talking about this, because I know that you can have that too for your life. This is step by step, beginner friendly, like literally anybody can follow along with this process and do it. Again, if we've got a 78-year-old guy that can do this, you can. We've got thousands of people who are following this same process and seeing success, seeing results because of it, and getting, their lives back, who have been able to go and purchase a house in cash, who've been able to get go from being on the verge of being kicked out, put on the street with kids, like losing everything, and then having the system and completely turning their lives around. And other people, so many people who have been able to leave their jobs following this simple process and following this blueprint, following our discovery process, and, just utilizing free social media where 5.5 billion people are hanging out. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. And I hope this is making sense to you. I know for me, it was a little bit mind-boggling of, okay, what is this? How does it work? So if you've got questions, that's what I'm here for. Go ahead and put them in the comments. Let me know if you've got questions about that. I would love to be able to answer those for you and help you, figure out if this is right for you. So once somebody goes through and they discover your website, they discover how this system works, they discover the products, they discover that they can have, products that they didn't have to go and create, and to be able to offer into a, what's going to be a $3 billion per day industry, when they learn that they can have an automation system that's out there working for them, when they learn that, they can have a website that's done for them, that they didn't have to, hire somebody. Thousands of people spend thousands of dollars to hire somebody to build a website. With this, the website's done for you. It's given to you. And then to have that automation system where your payment gateways are connected, where you're not making somebody else rich, where you're making 100% profit. And you're having a proven system where you're having a step-by-step process to walk through and get your website discovered, to get people into your automation system, and then helping them, choose if it's right for them, where you're not having to do any of that follow-up and that legwork and that, the heavy lifting of having to go and chase people and being that annoying friend that's constantly bugging friends and family of like, hey, can you host a party for me? Can you buy my stuff? Whatever that is. But you have, an automation system, you have a website that is out there doing all of the work for you, that is out there for the world, that is out there on the internet. And when somebody goes through and they're like, yes, I would love to have products that are done for me. Yes, I would love to have a 2-hour workday. Yes, I would love to have a fully automated sales process. I would love to, actually get time back in my day. Because when you have this automation system, that 2-hour a day, the 2-hour a day, you put in your income and earning activities, and then your automation system's doing the work the rest of the time. That's why sales can come in when you're asleep, when you're out at the beach, when you're taking your family out to dinner, when you're out at the movies. And so then when somebody goes to your website, they go to your sales page, you've got your payment gateway set up there, you've got your place for them to be able to come and pay you, and you're able to make that 100% profit. At that point, they become your new customer. And so again, those payments are coming into you directly because you have your payment gateway set up. That's how you're able to make 100% profit on $900 sales, on $600 sales, on $300 sales, where you're seeing that $900, come into your bank account and not go to somebody else and you're having to wait, or go to somebody else and they're making the majority off of it and you're making a small portion. So again, empoweredpassiveincome.com. My name is Lee, for those of you who are just hopping in here, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 4. And I want you to know that if I can do this, you can do this. If I can start building, brand new from scratch, I had no idea what I was doing on TikTok. Like, I had to go and get the app. I had to go and create an account. But if I can do this and start following this process, you can do this. And so I want to encourage you to dream again, to allow yourself to hope again, to allow yourself to think what it would feel like to see that $900 showing up in your account. Because what this automation system does, what this discovery system does, is it teaches you the skills to be able to attract customers $900 at a time on a daily basis. Across our community, this is where it gets really wild. Across our community, 1 in 20 on average who are learning about the system, who are learning about having an automation system, having products that are done for them, who are learning about the blueprint. 1 in 20 are purchasing. So all you need to do to be able to have a daily paying customer is to help 20 people learn about this, to get this in front of 20 people. And with 5.5 billion people on the internet, again, just 1% of those is like 550 million people. To be able to get in front of 20 people is not hard. Just utilizing free social media. That is not a difficult thing to do. And so that $900, I want you to think what this would do for your family to be able to learn these skills where you're seeing that $900 on a daily basis, where you've learned those attraction marketing skills to have a customer on a daily basis at that $900 level, which is, again, that is our best selling product. But do you realize when you do that, when you're seeing $900 on a daily basis, that $900, that is $6,300 a week. And that is $328,000 a year. What would that do for you? And what would that do for your family? Allow yourself to think what that would do for you. Allow yourself to dream again. Because if you've been, on this planet for any length of time, those dreams that you have, they're inside of there, but they may have gotten suppressed. They may have gotten pushed down. They may have gotten, like you're feeling hopeless about them. You're feeling like they're never going to happen because you've encountered life. You've encountered bills. You've been stuck to maybe a hourly wage at a job. You've been stuck to a 9 to 5 where you only have so much time in your week and you can't make more time to go make more money. Or maybe you've been working, side hustle after side hustle after side hustle. Or maybe you've been working 1 or 2 or 3 jobs trying to keep up with it all. And you barely keeping up with the bills. You're barely keeping up with just life. And so you've pushed down those dreams and goals that you have for yourself. But what would it feel like to allow yourself to dream again and picture yourself reaching those goals, to know that, hey, that thing that I didn't think was ever going to happen, maybe it's debt. Maybe it's debt that you're like, okay, it's going to be decades and decades and decades where I'm going to have to slave away at a job where I'm not getting ahead on these debts. I'm going to be old before they're ever paid off, where I'm at a place of ever having financial freedom. Maybe that's what it is for you. But imagine, being able to learn the skills where you're attracting a customer on a daily basis at that $900 level, $328,000 a year. Suddenly those dreams and goals, maybe it's to go on, a big vacation. Maybe it's to pay for your family to go on a trip where you're not having to worry about, every single dollar that's spent and how much is food going to cost and how much is the plane going to cost and how much is the hotel going to cost. But you're able to go to that dream vacation, go on that dream vacation, wherever it is, wherever your kids are like, yes, I would love to be able to do that. Like, imagine what that would feel like. I don't know what your dreams and goals are, but there are dreams and goals in your heart. I can guarantee that there are dreams and goals in your heart, and maybe you've pushed them down. Allow yourself to dream again. Allow yourself to hope again, and get that hope back and get that joy back, because you can do this. There is a way out. There is a way to make those happen sooner than you think, faster than you think. And again, this has given me so much hope back in my life and so much joy back in my life, knowing that I have a way to be able to provide for my family, be present with them, and reach those dreams and goals at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on off here. Again, my name is Lee. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4, and this is my website here, empoweredpassiveincome.com. Before I hop off, go ahead and screenshot this so you have this, but this is really how easy it is. It is really just only a few steps. Again, the products are done. Check that off the list. The automation is done. Check that off the list. And so you're simply, during your 2-hour workday, putting in, and you're doing your income earning activities to get your website discovered, to get people into your automation system. That is really all it is. And that's all it really takes to learn the skills, to see customers at that $900 on a daily basis. I am so excited for you to go and check this out. Again, empoweredpassiveincome.com. And any of those emails that you get, if you've got questions, hit reply and I will personally answer those for you. I am so excited for you and I will see you soon. I will be back here again tomorrow to talk more about this. All right, bye.